Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Moose Preparedness. I am Moose. It is a balmy Friday afternoon. So I don't know where you're at in your locale, but where I'm at, it's a cool 50 degrees, which sounds warm to some people, sounds cold for where our area is at. And when you add the humidity in, it makes it feel nice and chilly. Anywho, hope this finds you well. Slightly different video today I wanted to talk about was I'm trying to think about the best way to describe it. And I think the best way to describe it is there are so many people who don't do things because they feel they can't, and they say they can't. And really what it comes down to is you just don't want to or won't. A lot of responses I got in some of the videos or I've seen in the past were, I can't afford this. I can't afford to prep. How do I prep with large families? Okay, how do I do this on my income? How do I do the time? I don't have the training for the firearms. I don't have the time to go use the firearms. I don't have the time to do yada, 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 yada. Okay? And I wanted to talk about that because having gone through Helene and seeing where other people put their priorities and their time prior to, and kind of that snap aha moment that, oh crap, I actually have screwed this up, really shows you where your prioritization is. And it's amazing how many people all of a sudden who saw where they were lacking beforehand started to make the changes, and as soon as the power went back on, as soon as luxury went back on, they immediately snapped back to, I don't have time. So we can take that let's take it at the micro level. Okay, I can't get up early to go work out. Sounds ridiculous, right? I am not a morning person. Of course, I joined the military, which does all of its working out in the morning. Makes sense, right? I am not the kind of person who used to get up and wouldn't get up till 6 or 7 o'clock at night or in the morning. I'm a night owl. I prefer working out at night. However, about 2 years ago, I said I needed to fix something, so I started to get up early at about 5 in the morning, 4:45, 5 in the morning every morning, and working out first thing. It wasn't that I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. And that's most people's mentality. I can't find a way to prep. You don't have to go from zero to hero in no time flat, like Hercules, the Hercules movie, the kids movie. You have to start small and figure out areas where you can make those changes and where you can have that effect. So in the prepping world, for example, it does not cost a lot of money to go get extra cans of food every time you go to the grocery store. It could be $2-3. I am not too proud to admit that my wife helped me see the light. So once I started making decent money, so as you know, military, it's not great. When I joined the military, I was in the civilian world prior to, went to college, graduated from college, was working in the civilian world as a manager in a large company, got bored, decided to join the Army. I took a roughly $15,000, $20,000 pay cut. No, it was more than that, because I think it was closer to $25,000 or $30,000 pay cut when I joined in, because I went from a graduate, position in a company to enlisting, and then I went the officer route. So for that first 6 months, I took literally a $20,000, $30,000 pay cut because I was making very small amounts of money. I still found ways to prep, but not as much. But when I met my wife, she showed me the arts of couponing and figuring out where deals were. And hey, I don't have to go buy name brand stuff. Like the shirt I'm wearing, Under Armour. Everybody goes, ooh, expensive, right? Goodwill, thrift store. I think this was maybe $4 or $5, and then it was on one of the days it was like a blue tag special or a yellow tag special, 50% off all things with a yellow tag. Cool. So I think this shirt was like $3. Same thing with, I've got a a tiger, I'll see if I can show it, a tiger striped jacket. That's from a company called Zero Foxtrot. It's a Whoopee jacket, right? It was, normally if I had to go buy that online, it's $100. I'm paying $100 for a jacket, and I think it was like $7. I used to think that because I had money, I could go buy the name brand stuff, and I would shop at places like Walmart and just buy the name brand, you know, Kraft mac and cheese versus Walmart mac and cheese. Is there a difference? Yes, there is. However, I was throwing away money for what? It's essentially the same stuff. But I started small, and we started buying cans. And if you start buying, like, you know, hey, 3 cans for $1, or 3 cans for $2-3, you know, $1 a can, or look for those little deals, you can actually start to equip a pretty good pantry for food. Same thing goes with water. You don't have to go out and buy these huge water totes. You can start with, and I hope you're not drinking 2 liters of soda, because that's a waste of money, but if you buy 2-liter bottles of soda, get them, wash them out, put them in a freezer. You now have 2 liters of water saved up, you know, and then you keep going on, and you just wash them and put them back into circulation, right? You'd be surprised how fast that accumulates, and now you have water storage and you have food storage. It's creative solutions. But so many people go, oh, I can't do this. You know, I can't buy a gun because, you know, maybe it's not legal where you're at. I am not encouraging you to break the law, but there are other things that you could get that might suffice. Hey, I can't get a rifle. Cool. Can you get a shotgun? Can you get a shotgun or a pistol? Cool. Can you get a crossbow? Maybe, maybe not. You know, can you relocate to a place where you can get a rifle, shotgun, or crossbow, or a rifle, shotgun, or a pistol? Maybe, maybe not. That's kind of the level of things you have to start looking at, is where are your priorities? If your priority is, I can't or won't, I can't do this, well, obviously it's not a priority for you. Case in point, I was about 10 years in the military, and I broke my back. I got severely hurt, and it required multiple discs to be fixed in my lower back. I could have just said, I can't do this anymore. I can't do the Army. I could have easily medically retired out of the military. I chose not to, because I said I wasn't ready to leave yet. I still liked my job. I still liked working with my soldiers. I still love doing what I do. So I got fixed. Well, unfortunately, when you have a major surgery like that, you put on weight. You can't. Felt sorry for myself. You can't work out. I ended up close at 235, 240 pounds, if I'm being real honest. That's big for a dude who's, at the time I was 6 foot, and then after this surgery I was about 5'11". Because, you know, you got to get a couple discs fixed. You kind of compress a little. Anyway, I was passing the Army's height weight stuff. I was finding ways to work out, but I was not fit at all. And it wasn't because my excuse was, oh, I can't go do this. Okay, I can't do the workouts. I can't go, name your excuse, I had it. Because I was like, I can't do this. No, it really was, I won't do that because I didn't want to. It sucks. When you're hurting or you're just trying to get back into something, it's terrible. Why would you want to do that? So I would intentionally lie to myself and say, I can't do it, when really it's like, I won't do that because it wasn't a priority, until I looked at myself in the mirror and go, you know, I'm going to end up living the rest of my career and the rest of my life completely worthless in my own eyes, and lying to myself that the reason why I couldn't do this is really because I wouldn't do it. And so I started doing the 75 hard workout plan from Andy Frisella. And if you haven't looked it up, it's a mental toughness program, which really I needed. Didn't want to admit to it, but it helped get me on the right track. And I went from, as I said, about 220, 230 at the time, because I dropped a little bit of weight, all the way down to 184 in 75 days. Like, if that isn't a transformation, would I recommend it? No. But it's helped put me on the right path to where I realize, like, both Andy Frisella and David Goggins, who's they're both fitness folks. David Goggins being a Navy SEAL, they both talk about it. That little inner bitch voice inside your head that says, "Oh, no, you know what? You deserve that cupcake. You deserve. You've worked hard. You deserve to sleep in bed." This, and sometimes you let that little bitch voice win, and then if it wins on day one, it's a lot easier to listen to them on day two, and then day three, then day four, and it just compounds. And I realize that we all have that, right? But a lot of us do it with everything else. We don't want to fail at things. If we're going to start something, 95% of people want to do it, and they want to do it to the best of their ability. Well, if you're doing things that are tough and hard, there's a chance you're going to lose. So people never start. Same thing with guns and shooting and being prepared. Like, a lot of people are like, I have no idea how to go hunting or foraging, so I'm just not going to hunt. I have no idea how to butcher a deer. I have no idea how to fish. I have no idea how to camp. I have no idea how to start a fire. So I'm just not going to worry about it. And we get into this false security mindset of, oh, we'll always have this capability. And my neighbors did exactly that during Helene. I've spoken at great length how my neighbor literally drove 100 miles just so he could get a cup of coffee. Now, he knows how to make. He could have purchased a French press, could have had an emergency stove, he could have had a barbecue, could have had a lot of things, but didn't learn how, so it wasn't a priority for him until it became a priority. Same thing with everything that we look at for preparedness. I understand that money is a limiting factor for a lot of folks. It sure as hell is for me. So I look at it and go, okay, what can I do without costing me extra money, right? I can't afford to go buy every single digit, widget, gadget, and doodad. I just can't. So I look at things where, if it's going to cost me money, how much is the dual use? Can I use it for more than one thing? And if not, I go, okay, I will do without until I feel I need to go purchase this item. And I will look for creative ways to get back at other things. For example, you all see that I ruck almost every day. So I put on, driving by and saw 3 beautiful does walk out of the woods. I'm like, tasty. I ruck every day. The bags that I use are dual use for things that I have already. I'm not going to go buy a Go Ruck bag to go ruck with, because they're $100+ and really it's a weighted backpack. Now, are they really nice? Are they good if all you're trying to do is get into fitness? 100%. I got no qualms in them. But the problem is that's a couple $100 or $100, $150, I forget how they are, and it only serves one purpose, versus if I buy one that's also now my bug out bag, which is also my, hey, I'm doing competition shooting bag, I now can do 3 things, and it costs me $0 and 0 cents. Sorry, school bus. $0 and 0 cents for me to go ruck and practice, to go get in shape. I've already made all the upfront costs. I can walk. I can learn and go to the library, the public library. I found books in there about, sniping, books about hunting, fishing at our public library, and we're not in a real rural. Well, the particular library I go to is not a real rural area. And you can learn all these things. My son yesterday, as part of a project for homeschool, built a solar oven out of a shoebox. And I'm impressed. I have to go get marshmallows today to see if we can actually melt some marshmallows in it. But he built it out of a shoebox, tin foil, and some other, and spray paint. spray painted it black. I'm very interested to see if it works. And he could have said, well, I can't do it because I don't know how. Well, hell, not a lot of people know how. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. And really he just took it upon himself, like, I want to see if we can do this because we need to have a way to cook if we run out of fuel. All right, dude. Hell yeah. Go on with your bad self. So I guess what I'm really getting at is take a look at yourself, take a look at what you're doing, and go, what is it that I say I can't do? I can't walk. I can't run. I can't get into shape. I can't spend an extra $2 or $3 or $5 every week to stock up on extra food. I can't spend the money on a firearm, and figure out, is that truly a can't or is it a won't? And what is it that you're prioritizing over that one thing that you are saying you can't do? Because I would bet money we all have something or a vice that we're doing that we don't need. And we could cut that out and then apply that towards something that is much more valuable and gets us to the places where we actually want to go. Just my thought for the day. Hopefully you all have a great day. And if I don't catch you for the weekend, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out here.